All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Friday, the 13th. Things are going to get weird today, mainly because I'm weird. But welcome to our morning market update. There's Victorio. Say hi, Victorio. What's up? There's our closet in the back, too. It's a little dirty. It's not dirty. It's just, yeah, it's just you're not supposed to see my closet. There's secret stuff in there. I got the secret to trading success in that closet. All right, guys. In today's morning market update, we're going to talk about a few things. Actually, one thing primarily, bank earnings. It's today we've kicked off the Q2 earnings season. And we're going to hear from some of the banks that reported. I'll read the results to you and give you my take on it and what this could mean for the market. We're looking a little bit bullish. It's a Friday, so we're going to probably be a little bit quieter today than other days. It is Friday the 13th as well, so there's an element of superstition in there. So I know it's good luck for some, bad luck for others. And to me, it's just another day living the dream. In Asia, Japan's up 0.6%. Hong Kong is down 0.1%. China is down 0.7%. And India is up 0.3%. All right. So pretty good strength in the Asian session. In Europe, at midday, London is flat. Paris is up 0.4%. Frankfurt in Germany is up 0.7%. And futures in the United States here, Dow Jones is up slightly, 0.2 of a percentage point. S&P is up 0.2 of a percentage point as well, and NASDAQ's flat. That's a little different than usual. Typically, NASDAQ would be a little more bullish or a little bit more green on a day which all equities are rallying upward. But all markets so far are holding gains. I think we're getting a little bit of a short squeeze here going into this Friday, so into the close. We're going to get a rally a little bit higher. Yesterday, I said if we break 2660 on the S&P 500, stop shorting and look to get long and make some money on the upside. If you had followed that, just that one thing alone, that would have been responsible for some pretty good potential for you. All right, so today I think that 26, what's the level? 2680 I was looking at. 26, we pretty much broke it now. Buy pullbacks. I'm looking to buy pullbacks this morning. I'm going to start out bullish, and if I'm wrong, then I won't be wrong for very long, and I'm just going to reverse my opinion. All right. I also think crude is going to continue to go up. It just broke a new high, actually, 67.37. I heard the squawk. Crude is the highest price it's been in since 2014. So crude oil is going up on two things. Number one, Saudi Arabia said they want crude oil to be at $80 a barrel. That's a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. And number two is Syria, the instability here, the Middle East, and the uncertainty of what Donald Trump's going to do and how Russia is going to respond, because Russia is an ally to Syria. So that's what's kind of driving up the price of oil. Oil and gold would always be a good long trade in this kind of scenario. And equities, I think, are going to bounce today. They're going to go up, but on low volume, which means what? Short squeeze. We're going to squeeze out some short sellers, and then next week we could likely go back to the downside. Try to see if we could open it to the downside. All right. Crude's up 0.4, like I told you. Gold's up 0.1%. Bitcoin's up 1.9% to 8,000. I'm going to officially call it. Bitcoin is going back to the upside. All right. Now you can start to look for dips. I was saying that the falling a knife analogy. How do you let it fall? How do you catch a falling knife? You don't stand below hoping to catch it. You let it bounce off the floor. It's bounce. You could try to pick it up now without getting hurt. Buying dips or buying small sell-offs on Bitcoin, as long as it remains above 7,500, makes good sense for some upside. I think we want to start rallying out on Bitcoin. All right. Today we got Fed's Rosengren. He spoke at 7:30. 9 a.m. we had Fed's Bullard, so we have a couple Fed speakers. 10 a.m. we have consumer sentiment and the job openings and labor turnover survey, short form JOLTS. That's at 10 a.m. 1 p.m. we have Baker Hughes rig count. That's going to be a big number for oil traders. That gives you essentially the amount of oil that was produced in the United States for the past week, or how many rigs there are exploring for oil. Let me clarify that. All right. Today we're kicking off banking industry earnings. And remember, 14.7% of the S&P 500's market cap is banking or financials, basically. The financial sector comprises 14.7% of the S&P 500 market cap. So that's a large number, and that's the second highest after the technology sector. So how do these banks do? And the banking earnings are super important for the overall stock market. So let's start with the three that reported. Wells Fargo today, Citigroup, and JP Morgan all reported this morning already. Wells Fargo came out at $1.68 versus $1.61 earnings per share. All right, on Q1, revenue was 18.9 billion versus 18.9 billion expected. So they beat on the earnings per share and they hit the revenue as expected. Here's where it gets impressive. The return on equity is 9.7% versus 7.4%. So higher returns there. Regional revenues, they made a loss in North America, but it was offset by Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That was up 11%, and Asia was up 18% year over year. Fixed income trading revenue, they missed 3.4 billion versus 3.7 billion, but up 40% quarter to quarter, but down 7% year over year. So their Q4 was really bad on FIC, which is fixed income, commodities, and currency, which is essentially trading revenues. It was bad last quarter, so it's a good quarter to quarter comparison, but down year over year. So pretty soft on FIC and not that great on, what did we just say? Not that great on their regional revenues in North America. All right. JP Morgan, overall solid report out of Citigroup. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. It's just good. It just existed. JP Morgan reports first quarter 2.37 versus 2.28 earnings per share. That's a beat. Managed revenue was up 28.5 billion versus 27.7 billion. That's a beat there as well. So that's pretty good earnings out of JP Morgan. And JP Morgan's asset under management goes up by $2 trillion or 10%. And they're I'm just sorting through what information is relevant here for you. There's a lot. These reports are long. Commercial banking is up a little bit, about 100 million overall. Average core loans are up, which is good. Their write-offs are not as high, so their total write-down provisions are low. Pretty good report out of JP Morgan overall. So JP Morgan's done well. Wells Fargo, WFC's done pretty well. And let's see how Citigroup did. Citigroup returned or reported Q1 1.68 earnings per share versus 1.61 expected on 18.9 billion revenue as expected. So pretty much meeting expectations. That's a good thing. All right, the stock market's been bearish the last couple of weeks, so a few good banking reports are what it may need in order to rebound from this level. All right, so Citigroup did pretty well. And what can I tell you here? Their FIC was up. Their fixed income trading revenues was also up. Commodities, currency. So basically, overall, what I want to tell you is we had 3 decent reports out of the banking sector. Considering the banking sector is almost 15% of the entire market capitalization of the S&P 500. That's pretty good. So we're going to have a little bit of life infused into the market. Today, look for the upside. Look to buy dips. Stay to the long side until you're proven wrong. You don't have to be right. You just have to take a trade. All right? Being right is not what you want to follow. You want to try to be profitable. Forget about being right. Give yourself a chance to be profitable. All right? Give up the bias. I am going to start looking for a long, but then I'm going to allow the market to prove me wrong. Doesn't mean that you can't come in with an idea. It just means that when the market conditions change, allow yourself to give your idea an out as well. Allow yourself to change with the condition. Don't say, I want this thing to go up. It's dropped 15 points. You're still saying, well, it's got to go up now. No. All right? You flip your bias and you go with it. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great weekend. It's Friday the 13th. Be careful out there if you're superstitious. Look both ways before you cross the road because you never know. You might. Never mind. What happened? Oh, little dump on NASDAQ. Victorio got me excited over there. It's like, ooh. And I looked at him, I'm like, what happened? He's like, nothing. See what I mean? Friday the 13th, I got this guy to deal with. All right, guys, I'll see you on Monday. We got 2 great videos coming out for you this weekend. Tomorrow, we have an introduction video on how I use CQG. That's a really powerful thing. Market Delta and how pretty much everything you see in the background, what it is and how to read it. That's coming out Saturday. Sunday's a surprise. I'll see you guys Monday at 9 a.m. Take care. Manage your risk. Trade like the Trade Pro. I'll catch up with you guys later on. Have a phenomenal weekend. Don't get in too little trouble. Goodbye. Patented chair spin in 3, 2, 1. I oiled the casters. It's rolling. Let's do this. All right. Oh, this chair is the least comfortable chair I've ever sat. All right, Trade Pros, let's do this.